Hi, Gemini. Andrea Cox here doing your June reading. We're already into June. Gosh, January, February, March, April, May, June. We're already halfway through the year. Can you believe it? I am Andrea Cox. I am doing your health and spirituality reading for June. Happy birthday, Gemini. That's why you're first today. And I have a special place in my heart for Geminis. I was with a Gemini for a few years, and fascinating. What I find fascinating about Geminis is the intellect, the high intellect with Geminis, the need for intellectual stimulation, also kind of the kinky aspect to Gemini. Geminis are pretty kinky. Depends. It depends on if their Venus is in Gemini as well. I find Venus in Scorpio to be extremely kinky and Venus in Gemini to be extremely kinky. What else? Gemini is one of the mutable signs, much like my sun sign Pisces. Mutable meaning we can flow in and out of situations with ease. It's also the only dual sign, such as Pisces. If you look at the symbol of Gemini, it's the twins, the dual twins. And if you look at the symbol of Pisces, it's the two fish swimming in opposite directions. So Pisces and Geminis, they have a lot of similarities, extremely different, but a lot of similarities. Let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm doing something different this month. I'm really using my intuition along with the meanings of the cards. I'm using the Shadowscapes Tarot deck by Stephanie Fumin-Law. I'm also using the Whispers of Healing deck for your Healing Oracle card, which I'm going to pull first. And I love this deck, the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And I'm going to pull really three main cards for that. So I'm doing a completely different spread than usual. Instead of using the main deck as your main spread, I'm actually going to use the Wisdom of the Oracle deck first. And then I'm going to clarify with the Shadowscapes Tarot. So I think you'll find that helpful and rather interesting. And I'm going to do a little adjustment here. Definitely an adjustment needs to be done here, but we'll just let that slide for now. Wow, first card out. That's great. Wow. Keep in mind this can be for you or for those you are dealing with. So the three cards I pulled for you from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck are Thinker, which doesn't that go just with the Gemini and all the air signs? You guys are logical. You guys are in your head. You got ruminating thoughts. You guys don't lead with the heart. You lead with the mind. What makes the most sense to you? The second one is called Chop Wood. Chop wood. It's funny, I just wrote a Facebook post that used the exact words chopping wood last month. Something my grandma taught me. And the third card is Soulmates. Soulmates. So let's get started, shall we? You'll excuse me while I just tie this to be a little tighter. I don't want to pause the video because then I would have to edit. And this is definitely needing a little tight. So excuse me one moment. Ah! Yikes. I'm not even gonna tie it. I'm not even gonna tie off 4. I'm gonna tie 2 so I can get right into your reading. This is definitely live video, huh? Because if I pause it, then I have to pause the entire video, and that's never That's never fun to go back and edit. So I'm going to read Thinker first. But first, I'm going to clarify. Let's clarify soulmate. Clarify soulmate. Clarify thinker. Let's clarify thinker. Mm. Mm. Oh, Gemini. Thinker. I look at the woman on this card and she almost looks like a ballerina with wings, and she looks so distraught. She's so up in her head. She looks like she's thinking about what to do, and like she feels stuck. She doesn't want to hurt anyone. And I can't help but notice the stars around her. So maybe you're dealing with a star, Gemini. Maybe you've got someone that's the star in your eye in your life. Thinker, strategy, being analytical and logical. The ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct, for in this moment there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple, and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. Keep it simple is standing out to me. Because a lot of times we can have someone that is a star in our eye, but that can be complicated. It's not that that person is complicated, or maybe they are. It's that that situation has complications that we feel like at this time we can't overcome. Weigh the pros and cons of your partnership. If there is enough common ground, go for it. If not, there are other fish in the sea. Don't force it to work. And should others tell you who they are, take them at their word. Now is not the time to indulge in a fantasy. No matter what, in this case, the facts are the facts. Prosperity message. Calculated action is called for now. It's important to sit down and plan a strategy. Focus on the steps you're going to take to claim your prosperous life. Lists are your friends now. Lists, making lists are your friends now. So get out your journal. Write down what you're going to do today to signal the universe that you're serious about attracting abundance. Your plans and strategies will yield wonderful results. Remember, your most effective strategic partner is spirit. You will win this game, and your triumph will be for the highest good of all. Protection message. You might be suffering from analysis paralysis. Thinking has its place, but trying to figure everything out logically is not going to work right now. Your conclusions will likely be faulty, and you may act upon false assumptions that will get you in a jam. Give your mind a rest. Do something creative. Exercise or meditate. Soon you'll come to your senses, and an aha moment will bring new clarity. So, I intuitively feel that some of you may be going through a dark night of the soul, a period of reflection, seeing the mistakes you made, and kind of taking the blame off of other people. The three cards that I pulled to clarify thinker is the Ace of Pentacles. It's like a new tangible idea, an idea that will be prosperous for you. Strength, also the card of Leo. Seven of Swords, feeling backstabbed, feeling cheated, maybe cheating someone else. Chop wood. Being grounded in everyday experience, humility. There are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is the fortunate of delighting in the beautiful blooms. I know what this card means. When it is in full blossom, the mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it be to let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you to a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment when you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way. You clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which brings you ever closer to what you seek. Relationship message. Nothing is as important right now as just doing what you need to do day to day. Let your heart remember that not everything has to be hard won, passionate, or even obviously meaningful. Relationships and friendships go through lulls when the everyday tasks are at the center of awareness. That is perfect now. Hold hands, wash dishes, make a fire, read a book, share a meal, say nothing, stare into space, pick up socks, tell a dumb joke, and leave space to breathe. It's okay. Sorry, my dog was dreaming. It's okay. Three of Cups. Three of Cups is the celebration card. It can also mean third party situations. I think I feel what this meaning is in this card when it comes to clarifying this, and I'll tell you that. The Magician on top of the King of Swords. The King of Swords and the Magician, those are your cards, Gemini. That's you showing up in your own reading. Gemini is known as the Magician, and you are the King of Swords. Look how devastated the King of Swords looks in this. Look at him thinking. Look at him really contemplating and thinking, almost like he's looking at something he wants. He's thinking as the magician of how he can get that, or go back to it, because I noticed the crystals hanging off of his wings. Maybe you're into crystals or someone you love is into crystals. But then he's got another card of Leo right on top of him, like, so I think someone in your life is shining the sun on what needs to be done. And maybe you're feeling regretful because in your past, the mundane, the everyday, the chores, the cleaning of the dishes, the sharing meals, just like this card said, the repetitive nature of things drove you crazy. And now maybe it's repeating in your life again and it's driving you crazy again. And the magician to me is a card of wanting to bail. It's a card of ready to like just, and maybe you're not supposed to. Maybe you've walked away from something or someone has walked away from you and you're feeling pretty down right now. I do feel like a lot of guilt and some shame in this 3 of Cups, but I also feel a lot of blame, not just blaming yourself, but blaming others. If you're commenting, I can't see it until we're done, but thank you. The third card we have is Soulmates. And I feel so much pain in this card before I even pick it up. I feel so much, just so much, so much. I'm just looking at your clarifiers, and you have a card of nostalgia, the 6 of Cups, but clarifying soulmates. You have the 5 of Cups. So cups are water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You also have the Page of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, female. And you have the Empress card. So that would be an Aries female. Could be someone on the cusp of Pisces and Aries, because the Empress is usually, it's a very creative card. She's a creator, a manifester, beautiful, fertility. She stands for fertility. So I'll read you this card. And you have Temperance. You have Temperance is a card of holding back. So I think you're involved with someone. I mean, if I can just be honest, I think you are involved with someone or were recently involved with someone and you're thinking about your past. That's what I'm feeling. And that's okay. It's okay. But I'm thinking because the 3 of Cups are in the middle, that maybe your past has moved on, or maybe you moved on in the past and now want to return, but your past is not accepting. There's something that feels very afraid to move forward, afraid to speak, afraid to express yourself. And this can be your energy or the energy of someone you're dealing with, you know? Okay, so let's read Soulmates. I've never read this card. And see, there's like an angel above these two penguins and the hearts coming out of the penguins. But the penguin, there's a penguin holding another penguin, and they look so sad. He's holding like a baton in his hand, and he's dropped the baton. Harmonious partnerships, love, friendship, companionship, a relationship fostering personal growth. You are meant to evolve and transform with the companionship of others. Certain people enter your life in order to take you to the next level of healing, consciousness, and authenticity. I feel like I need to say that word again, authenticity. Authenticity. It is always a reciprocal experience. Although the results for each of you will vary, what you go through, they go through at the same time as you. You know these people by the strong pull drawing you towards them, and sometimes by a strong aversion to them initially, too. Soulmates can be friends for life or remain in your life for only a short time. No matter what, you will be changed in ways you can't possibly fathom now. Pay attention to these people today. They are your greatest gifts in this lifetime. Relationship message. Consider love in the deepest sense. Love so powerful that you will never be the same, regardless of how long your relationship lasts. Consider friendships and romantic bonds so compelling that they overwhelm you with gratitude or break you open so you will finally claim who you were meant to be. Even a companion animal reminds you that it is you who is being rescued and healed. Pay attention, for you are in the presence of a soulmate that has come to guide you home to the real you. Again, this can be a message for you or someone you're dealing with going through this, or probably both of you. Prosperity message. Strategic alliances are most important right now as you begin to attract the perfect people to support your dreams. This is a journey you will share with others: mentors, business partners, helpers, employees, creative partners, friends, and strangers open the doors for you and step through the portal to join you in a harmonic dance of collaboration, commitment, and co creation. This is what you've been waiting for. Protection message. An important relationship brings you to your knees. This is the kind of soulmate who comes with a powerful gift. Your patterns and all your old stories that don't serve your well being enter into this dynamic so you can heal them. This person is called to a sacred task to help you learn, even if it seems uncomfortable, sticky, or even. So I think, Gemini, it's either because you have the Chariot card here. So you could be on the cusp of Cancer. If you're born after the 16th, you're on the cusp of Cancer. This is that card. And also the Three of Pentacles. So with the Three of Cups here and the Three of Pentacles, I can't help but think either someone you are involved with, were involved with, or you may be involved in a three-party situation. I do feel like the Page of Cups and the Empress here crowning your soulmate card is the same person, because of the fish in the card of the Empress and the butterflies, and also the fish in the bowl she is holding. It's either that or someone tempering on the edge of by the card of Soulmates. The Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, female. So I think what I'm feeling here is there's a pattern in your life that you're facing, a pattern of boredom, a pattern of not settling into a routine without getting anxiety, a pattern of wanting to run when you do settle into a routine. Breathe. I'm not going to take that card. This is your health. This is the health deck, but I am going to pull a card for you. So I think there's a pattern that you're needing to recognize and that you're needing to break. Reawaken and growth. I think we know you're growing, Gemini, but let's read reawakening. Reawaken. And Gemini, here's the thing to always remember when you're dealing, if you are dealing with more than one person, it's hard for air signs to communicate because oftentimes they shut down, they close down because the mind takes over. Communicating clearly, although it may hurt people at first, it really opens the doorways for all of us to evolve and grow and move forward. And if you think about the amount of time that is wasted by not communicating what we truly feel, it hurts everyone. It holds everyone back. So, Reawaken is card number 7, and I opened right to the page. That must be for you, Gemini, birthday boys and girls. You have been suppressing a part of yourself. This card is granting you the opportunity to heal self judgment or embrace any hidden aspects of your nature. The primary relationship you have with yourself was formed in fantasy. Your relationship with your present self developed on that foundation and adjusted based on experience and observation of the wider world. Become aware of your inner child. Be willing to consciously communicate with the child that is within you. Listen to how your inner child feels. It is imperative to realize that others cannot meet your unfulfilled needs. It is imperative to realize that other people cannot meet your unfulfilled needs. You meet those. Take responsibility for your own happiness. It is up to you to satisfy your heart's desire. Work on healing any buried hurts that you have been carrying with you first. You may be unaware of where your emotional pain stems from. It may shock you. This is a gentle prompt for you to determine the cause of your pain. If necessary, seek support in getting to the root of your issues. A ray of sunlight on a resting fairy highlights the importance of inner healing. The wings of a fairy usually stand for liberation or freedom. The daisies that surround the fairy represent purity and innocence. The innocence of an angel have brought you this message. The daisies that surround the fairy, or I'm sorry, this imaginary, this imagery is addressing the innocence that lies within you. The spider web in the foreground is symbolic of the choices you are making and the network of support available to you. Trust that deep healing is possible. You will be able to move on from this place once you let go of your hidden hurt. Queen of Cups, Empress, Leo. A lot of court cards here, Gemini. Put yourself in other people's shoes this month, Gemini. There's a lot of abundance to be had for you. And an angel has brought you this message, whoever that may be. You're learning, you're growing. Have a good month, Gemini. I am going to put my websites in the description. So for my spiritual gifts and offerings, you can go to thedetoxintuitive.com and then click on spiritual gifts and offerings. Private readings are, from what I'm getting as the feedback, extremely helpful to many. Also, I have a second YouTube channel on here. I started out years ago as a detox specialist, health expert, written books, been all over the news for that. So that YouTube channel is Andrea Cox TV. So thank you for everyone who is liking and subscribing to this channel. Feel free to go over to Andrea Cox TV and subscribe to that channel as well. And I'll be back for mid-months. I'm doing Aquarius next. Be well.